Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre, 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 siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. Ok, la lección de hoy se trata de verbos reflexivos número 3. Reflexive verbs number 3, that is our lesson today. We want to look at reflexive verbs and how they are used in commands. You're going to see how similar they are to all other verbs that we've already used in commands before. We just have to learn what are we going to do with the reflexive pronoun and where are we going to put it. Okay, so here we go. We have already learned that there are 5 commands. Hay 5 mandatos en español, 5 commands, right? ¿Verdad? They are the usted and the ustedes. We call them the formal commands. Those are the commands you use with people with whom you're on a last name basis. We have the familiar commands, the positive to and the negative to. The familiar commands you use with people with whom you're on a first name basis. And then, of course, we have the let's command, the we command. Now, we know that four of our commands are all opposite vowel. The ones that are opposite vowel are the usted, ustedes, the negative to, and the we, the let's form. Again, 4 of the 5 commands are opposite vowel. Opposite vowel for AR verbs is going to have an E in it. Opposite vowel for ER and IR verbs is going to have an A. Okay? We do know that of the 5 commands, 4 are opposite vowel, just like verb number 8, present subjunctive. But also we want to remember that the positive to command is regular vowel. If it's an AR verb, it's going to be A. If it's an ER or IR verb, it's going to be E. It's the regular vowel. It's the LA form of the present tense. Yeah, there are some irregulars like as, ten, pon, ben, sal, be, se, di. We got it. But we want you to know that for the bulk of verbs in the Spanish language, the positive to command is regular vowel. Everything else is opposite vowel. So let's review. Let's take a verb like hablar. You want to tell an usted person, speak. Like you're in a public job and you tell the person, you speak, sir. You'd say, hable, señor, hable, señora, hable, hable. You want to tell a group of people to speak? You would say hablen, hablen, hablen. If you want to say let's speak, you'd say hablemos, hablemos, let's talk. Hablemos, let's talk. But the positive to command is going to be regular vowel. It's going to be habla. So to your friend, you say, talk to me, háblame. To an usted person, you say, hábleme. To a group of people, talk to me, háblenme. But to your buddy, you're going to say, háblame. Háblame ya, talk to me now. But the negative to command is, you just take the usted command and add an S. Of course, you have a no in front, so it'd be no hables, don't talk. No hables. Let's take another word that's very common. Let's take, cantar, to sing. Sing to an usted person, cante. To a group of kids, canten. Sing to your friend, positive to command, would be canta. Don't sing to a friend would be no cantes, es. And let's sing to a group, hey, let's sing, cantemos. Let's take comer over here. Tell an usted person to eat, it's coma. Tell a group of people to eat, the kids, eat, coman, coman. Tell your friend to eat, it's regular vowel, come. Tell your friend not to eat, it's opposite vowel, no comas. And then let's eat would be simply, you take the opposite vowel and stretch it out into the nosotros form. Comamos, let's eat. Let's go with leer, leer. Lea would be read to an usted. To a group of kids, leon, read. To your friend would be lee. To your friend not to read, no leas. And then right here, no leas. And then let's read, leamos. So that's just a quick review of the 5 commands that we have in Spanish. Remember, 4 of the 5 are going to be opposite vowel. The regular vowel is the positive to command. All the other 4 commands remaining are opposite vowel, the same as verb number 8, the present subjunctive. Now, let's look at our reflexive verbs over here in this cluster. Casarse is to get married. Yes, you can use it non-reflexively. You like, voy a casar a esta pareja. I'm going to marry this couple, like you're a priest or a pastor or a rabbi or something, right? Sentarse is to sit down. You could use it non-reflexively. You can seat the guests. Levantarse is for a person to physically get up, like get out of bed. Levántate de la cama. But levantar used without the reflexive pronoun could be like to lift something other than yourself, like lift a box. Vestirse is to get dressed. We know it's an E to I stem changing verb. Yes, we dress ourselves, right? The action of dressing happens back to ourselves. But you can also dress the kids, right? Young kids that need to be dressed. Okay? Voy a vestir a los niños. I'm going to dress the kids. Lavarse, certainly we wash our face, we wash our hands, right? But you can wash the car, you can wash the plates, so you can use it non-reflexively. Quedarse, not so much non-reflexively. It doesn't really have a good use. But quedarse reflexively means to stay or to remain. Subirse, like if you're telling someone to get on the back of your motorcycle or the back of your bike or to get in your car, subirse, to get on or to get in. It also means to climb up. Can you subir something? Yeah, let's say we have to lift this up. We have to take this up to the roof. Necesitamos subir esto hasta el techo. We need to lift this up, not just levantar is to lift, but subir, we need to raise this up, right? We need to elevate, we need to raise this up. Necesitamos subir esto al techo. We need to get this up to the roof. Okay, subir, can you use it non-reflexively? What about raising prices? You tell someone, sube los precios, raise the prices. Van a subir los precios, they're going to raise the prices. We know in the last number of years, there's been a lot of prices that have gone up. Han subido muchos precios. So, subirse, reflexively, you're lifting yourself into something, you're getting into something, right? But subir non-reflexively, you're raising something else other than yourself. And apurarse is to hurry up. Yes, you can use it non-reflexively. You can hurry up the kids. Voy a apurar a los niños para que no lleguen tarde. So we get the idea of reflexive verbs where the action of the verb happens back to the subject of the verb. But if you use a verb non-reflexively without that reflexive pronoun, the me, te, say, nos, or say, the action of the verb is happening to someone or something other than the subject. Okay? So let's practice. Let's take casarse and run it all the way through. You want to tell an usted person, it's an AR verb, to get married. It'd be case plus se. Case se. There happens to be an accent mark on the A at the beginning. Tell a group of people or tell a guy and a girl to get married, you'd say casense. Casense. Accent on the A. You're just adding the se to casen. Tell your friend to get married, whether he's a guy or a girl, you say casate, casate. Accent on the A right at the beginning of the word. Casate. You add te. If you want to tell your friend not to get married, you would insert the te between the no and then the verb right here. So don't get married would be no te cases to a friend. Now this is interesting. When you want to say let's get married, notice that the amos becomes émonos. Basically, all you're doing is you're taking nos, N-O-S, and you put it on the end of amos, but you remove that S. So it's not amos nos, it's just émonos. This is a fun one to say. So let's get married would be casémonos, mi amor. Casémonos ya, hoy mismo. Casémonos, vamos a Las Vegas. Nos casamos hoy. Casémonos, let's get married. Okay, let's take sentarse, to sit down. It's an E to I-E stem changer. Right here. Sit down, to an usted person would be siente se. There's an accent on the E way at the beginning of the word. Siente se. Tell a group of people to sit down would be sienten, add se to it, and you have an accent mark on the E at the beginning of the word. Siéntense. Tell your buddy to sit down would be sienta te. Siéntate, accent on the E. How about here? Don't sit down would be no te sientes. No te sientes. And let's sit down. You're tired. You've been walking all day, right? Here you go. Émonos. I love words that are pronounced 3 syllables back, like matemáticas. You can really stretch it out. Let's sit down. It's sentémonos. It doesn't stem change in the we. Sentémonos. Let's sit down. Sentémonos. Now, can you make these negative? Of course. If you want to say don't sit down, it would be no se siente. Don't sit down to a group would be no se sienten. Remember, object pronouns, reflexive pronouns go in front of negative commands, right? So if you want to say don't sit down to your friend, we already did it, no te sientes. And let's not sit down would be no nos, and we go back to sentemos with the S. No nos sentemos. All right, let's take levantarse to get up. Levántese, get up. Get up to a group, levántense. Get up to a friend, levántate. Don't get up, no te levantes. And let's get up, levantémonos, levantémonos. Let's go with vestirse, E to I stem change, right? All the way through. Get dressed would be vista se, accent on the I. Get dressed to a group of kids, little kids, vístanse, accent on the I. Get dressed to a friend, vístete, accent on the I, vístete. Don't get dressed would be no te vistas. Let's get dressed would be vistámonos. Vistámonos, yeah! Vistámonos. Now, if you want to say don't get dressed to an usted person, no se vista, no se vistan, no te vistas, and no nos vistamos. That's how it works. Let's go with lavarse, to get washed. Get washed. Wash your hands. Lávese las manos. You guys, wash your hands. You're not going to come to dinner. Everything's clean and nice and tidy and sanitized, and you got grungy hands from working. Wash your hands. Lávense las manos. Come on. Tell your friend to wash, or your kid to wash your hands. Lávate las manos. Don't wash your hands. No te laves las manos. And let's wash our hands would be émonos, lavémonos las manos. Lavémonos las manos. We don't say tus manos or sus manos. We go with las manos. Quedarse is to stay. How would you tell an usted person? Stay. It's quede, add the se. Accent on the E at the beginning of the command. Quédese. How do you say stay to a group of people? Quédense, add the se. Quédense. How do you tell your buddy to stay? Quédate. Quédate, accent on the E at the beginning of the command. Don't stay would be no te quedes. No te quedes. You need to insert te between the no and the command. No te quedes. Let's stay. Quedémonos. Quedémonos. All right, 2 more to go. Subirse. Let's say it could be a merry-go-round. It could be getting on a bus, getting on the back of a motorcycle, right? Climbing on top of a roof, for example. All of these commands would work. You want to say, come on up, súbase. Get on to a group of people, like the merry-go-round, you're spinning it, and you say, súbanse. Cool, súbanse, climb on up. Súbanse, accent on the U. You want to tell your buddy to come on up? Súbete. Súbete, accent on the U. Don't come up, no te subas. And let's climb up, or let's get up on top, right? Let's get on. It'd be subámonos. Subámonos. Let's go up. Subámonos. You're at a museum, there's an extra floor up above, and you say, subámonos al próximo piso. Subámonos. Let's go on up. And apurarse, to hurry up. How do you tell an usted person to hurry up? Apure se, accent on the U. To a group, hurry up. Apúrense, accent on the U. Hurry up to your buddy. Apúrate, accent on the U. Don't hurry up. No te apures. And let's hurry up to ourselves. Apurémonos, apurémonos. So there you go. Reflexive verbs, they're just done just like regular verbs. I mean, like all other verbs, except you have to know where to put the reflexive pronoun. Now remember, the 5 reflexive pronouns are me, te, se, nos, and se. Technically, there are only 4. There's me, te, and se. Se is used for él, ella, usted, and it. It's used for ellos, ellas, and ustedes. Perdón. So here are our example verbs. We know if you're going to do a command with a reflexive pronoun, we know in the positive command, we know that the pronoun goes on the end of the command. And you're going to have to go back like 3 vowels and put an accent mark, like we did. And if you want to do a negative command, you can just put the pronoun, it goes in front of the actual command. Again, let's take sentarse. Don't sit down would be no se siente. To a group, no se sienten. To your friend would be no te sientes. And let's not sit down would be no nos sentemos. There are 5 commands in Spanish. There are the 2 formal, usted and ustedes, with people with whom you're on a last name basis. We have the 2 familiar commands, the positive 2 and the negative 2, people with whom you're on a first name basis. Finally, the we command, the let's form. So those are your 5 commands. 4 are opposite vowel. The usted, ustedes, the negative 2, and the let's command. The positive 2 is regular vowel, which is the él, ella form of the present tense. Okay, snip, snap, snout, this tale is all told out. Colorín colorado, esta lección se ha enseñado. That's all we got for you today. See you soon in our next lesson. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.